everybody. Jeff Cowan here from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, and I hope you're having an outstanding day because I am, and you know what? I found living life that's the best way to live it. Make it just one outstanding day after the next. I hope you do the same. You know, I've traveled the world for the last 4+ decades being a motivational speaker and a sales trainer, and I've trained literally thousands and thousands of salespeople working in thousands of organizations that are sales organizations to help them be the absolute best they can do. I've done countless convention speeches, workshops, seminars, webinars, Zoom meetings, you mentioned it, I've done it. And you know, when I'm at these events, the individual salespersons, the people that I work with, it's not uncommon for them to approach me and ask me, Jeff, how do I get to be the #1 sales pro in my organization? And then, Jeff, once I get there, how do I stay there? So that's what I'm going to talk to you about over the next few minutes, is how to be the #1 sales pro in your organization. And probably the most important thing you need to get your head wrapped around before we get into the steps to doing so is to assume you're not a born salesperson. Now, if you're really good at your job being a salesperson, you've probably been told by many people many times that, boy, they're just a born salesperson. They're a born salesperson. They were born to do the job. I know I get told that all the time, and I have for years, but I'm here to tell you, I was not a born salesperson. I was actually a pretty quiet kid all the way through my teens. So I can tell you the skills that I've developed, it took hard work, it took dedication, and it took continually studying my craft, okay? Continually studying my craft, which happens to be #1. You got to make it a rule to study the art of professional salesmanship. I do every day. I spend at least 15 minutes studying the art of professional salesmanship, and you have to do the same thing. You can never stop studying. Now, here's why. Here's why. The world changes, product changes, people changes, the economy changes, and as those things change, the way you present and the way you sell will change as well. And the only way you can get to the top and stay there is every day make it a rule to study the art of professional salesmanship. And you know, when you take that rule and you apply it to just about any other occupation, especially sports, I mean, the people at the top of their games do that. I mean, think about how many times you hear announcers say, boy, that quarterback in the NFL was a born quarterback. He was born to play the job. But you know what? They may have even won Super Bowl or lots of Super Bowls. But you know what all those born quarterbacks do? They go to training camp every year. When the season starts, they practice and practice and practice before each game, and then after the season's over, they practice, they work out because they know that that's what got them to the top, and they know that's what's going to keep them to the top. And you could say the same thing just about any sport, you know, with the true champions. Rule number 2: your past means nothing. See, this is the mistake that I see, is people work really hard, they win the sales trophy for the month, they become salesperson of the month, they've reached the peak, and then they back off. And then or maybe they have a couple of good months, and then they back off. And then for the next several months, sometimes for the next several years, they talk about, boy, back in whenever I was salesperson of the month, boy, back in whenever I was salesperson of the year. Your past means nothing. You know, that's the cool thing I like about sales is, you know what, the end of the month is the end of the month, and the first day it's a clean slate, and it's time to go to work and prove yourself all over again. Okay, your past means nothing. Only the future is what you care about, and you want to be #1, stay #1. You have to study your craft, you have to practice it, because again, your past means little. And then 3, never assume you can learn no more. Read, study, and train daily. Like I said earlier, I do. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they will make it to the top of their sales organization, and just because they're #1 or just because they had a few good months, they think that they know everything and they can learn no more. And you're wrong. You can always learn more. I learn something new every single day. And the way I do it personally is, yes, I listen to podcasts. Yes, I invest in videos. Yes, I go to workshops myself to improve my skill. But I like to read. I like to read. I love to study. And so let me just give you, because I've talked about it so much, why I press continually for you to continue to study and read and go to workshops. And let's just take a look at some stats from the National Library, what happens if you simply read. And I just got to warn you, if you're not a reader, if you start, it's an addiction, man. I cannot not read. I read daily. Okay, look at this from the National Library Association of the United States. Look at this. Hey, if you read just one book a month, you'll put yourself in the top 25% of all intellectuals. One book a month, and you're automatically one of the top 25% of all intellectuals in the world. B, reading 5 books on any given topic makes you a world authority on that subject. So I'm a world authority on sales. I'm a world authority on presidential history because I study it. I'm a world authority on U.S. military because I study it. And guess what? I'm also an authority on Batman, one of my favorite characters in life. Okay? See, if you read just 15 minutes a day based on the average length of a book today, you'd be able to complete 20 books in a year and then put the icing on the cake. Check this one out, D. The top 1% of income earners read at least 1 book a month. All right, so just a review here. If you've ever sat down and said, what does it take to become #1 in my organization, and then once I get there to stay there, it's real simple. Assume you're not a born salesperson. Make it a rule that you're going to study the profession of salesmanship. Make it a rule that you understand and never forget that yesterday means nothing. Your past has no value. And then make it a rule that you're going to continue, that you know that you'll never know everything. You can always learn something new, and so because you believe that and you know that, you're going to read, you're going to listen to podcasts, you're going to workshops, you're going to seminars, you're going to do everything you can to get to the top and stay there. Hey, my name's Jeff Cowan from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, and I love what I do. And I'd like to talk to you, so if you have any questions about anything I talked about today, it's real easy to reach me. You just dial 1-800-248-2931, 1-800-248-2931. Tell whoever picks up that phone that you want to talk to me, and they will find me. Now, keep in mind, I travel a lot, so many times it takes me 24 hours to get back to you. But if I'm available, I'll take the phone call right then. Otherwise, plan on taking at least 24 hours for me to get back to you. Or you can simply email me at info@jcowansprotalk.com, info@jcowansprotalk.com. So there you go with today's message. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions, that's how you reach me. But between now and the next time we talk, you have a great day, because again, like I started, I'm having a great day. I always have great days, and I hope you do too. So with that, God bless you, and we'll be talking to you soon. Take care.